Hey guys, how's it going? Okay, I came out here just a little while ago to. I just got home from work, and I came out here a little while ago just to look over my garden, see if there was anything I needed to pick. And boy, that's an understatement. Let me give you a quick update. It's been about 2 months since I did the whole compost, peat moss, rabbit manure, straw mulch, and planted everything. All right. Let's see. Right here. These are my jalapeno peppers. I've got several peppers on this plant already. That's just one plant, and I see 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 peppers on there. All right. This is my okra, which I obviously seriously need to thin out. Okay. My corn hasn't done so great. Only half of it came up. The other half of it looks like it's laid over in the storm that we had a couple of nights ago. Of course, my lettuce is getting all leggy and everything. I need to start picking some of that while I still can. My potatoes, regular potatoes here, and sweet potatoes here, they're not doing anything yet. But check this out, guys. These are my bell peppers. Okay, now this one I obviously need to stake up. But there's a few small peppers on there. But look at this. Several large peppers, some small ones. And get you down here where you can see there's some more larger peppers. That's not all. These are my tomatoes. Now I planted these 2.5 to 3 feet apart. They're already closing in on 5 foot tall and a couple of feet across. Tons of green tomatoes all over them. I desperately need to tie these up, but as you can see, there's tomatoes down there. There's a bunch of little ones on here, some there. There's a whole bunch there. The real kicker, I came out here a few days ago and I only saw a handful of small beans, but I don't know if you can see all of these beans here. And it's like that all the way down on both sides of the road. There's a massive amount of beans on this on these vines here. I don't know how well you can see that. Beans everywhere. These are my rattlesnake pole beans. And to give you an idea, look at all these little ones here. And there's just as many big ones down here. Look how thick these are. Look at all these beans hanging here. This is insane. Now I've had beans do really good once before. Hold on one moment. All right, so sorry about that. The neighbor that gave me all the rabbit manure just drove by and he spoke to me real quick. But yeah, I've grown beans before that were really, really thick and grew really well, but nothing like this. I mean, you can't even walk through here. This is insane. I've never seen anything like this in all the time that I've grown. If nothing else, I've got a bumper crop of beans. In fact, I'll be giving some of these away. I'll be putting up a ton of them. In fact, I'm picking them today because I ain't got a choice. If I don't, a bunch of them is going to go to waste. So I'm already starting to pick 2 months after planting them. Yeah, 2 months after planting them, they're just going insane. So I'll be picking a bunch of these today. I'll be putting up a bunch, probably cooking, sauteing some with dinner tonight. But there's going to be obviously going to be more here than I'll ever need this year. I'm going to have a bumper crop. I'll be giving some away to some of my neighbors and some of my friends. But yeah, more beans. Just and see, I planted extra thick because the last 2 or 3 years, nothing I planted in this spot would grow. And here it is, after the work I did, the 2 loads of compost, a couple of bags of peat moss, and that truckload of rabbit manure, and then mulched with all this straw, which I got to put some more down. Got some grass growing. This is all pretty much grown to this extent with almost no care, because I've been working 6 to 7 days a week, 12-hour shifts. I haven't really been able to come out here and prune everything, tie everything up. See, my tomatoes are starting to lay over. I got runners everywhere, branches laying over. It desperately needs tying up. But I've done almost nothing. I've only watered it a couple of times. We've had a lot of rain, so I haven't really had to water it more than 2 or 3 times. And it's just exploded. So I've got me a wheelbarrow out here with some bowls to collect all this, because I wasn't prepared for the sheer volume of beans that I was going to have to pick. But I'll add on to this after I'm done picking and show you guys just how much I've collected off of here. I've already collected a lot. I'm going to show you just how much I'll get off here just for today. And that's not even counting all these little ones. I'm not picking these things clean, because you've got all these really little ones that aren't ready to be picked yet. So I'm going to get back to work. I've got a lot of picking to do. And yeah, you know, this garden is working really, really well for me already this year, 2 months in. So, all right, I got to get back to work, guys. All right, guys. I got caught in the downpour while I was picking the beans, and I got my dad over here to help me pick all of these. But I wanted to show you what I got. So far, all I picked was some bell pepper and some of my rattlesnake pole beans, and these pots are full. There's nothing but beans in these pots except for the bell peppers right here on top. So all of that came off of those rows of beans. This is my first harvest of beans this year, and this isn't all of them. I gave my dad one of the plastic grocery bags, let him fill up a bag. So there was that on top of all of this. So for a first harvest, 2 months after planting, that is a massive haul. Hopefully I'll have more besides beans soon. My potatoes aren't coming up yet. My corn's not producing. My okra isn't producing. My onions aren't really coming up that well. And I don't know if I'll have a chance to plant anything else. I got word today that more overtime headed my way, as if I didn't have enough already. But, you know, that limits my time on everything. But these, I'm going to snap these beans up. I'm going to blanch them, put them in the freezer until I can can some of them. These bell peppers, I'm going to dice those up, and I'll probably be dehydrating most of those. I'll keep some beans frozen. Most are going to get canned though. But I got to freeze them until I have time to can them, which I'm not going to have time apparently for another week or two. So I've got to do something with them until then. So I'll start snapping them today. In the meantime, they're going to stay in the fridge until I get them all snapped up and can blanch them and then freeze them. I'm going to flash freeze them too, so I'll spread them out on a pan, put them in my freezer so they get frozen really quick. That way, instead of putting them in a bag and then freezing the bag as a whole, that way if I want to go in there and get a handful of beans, I can just scoop a handful out, throw them in a pot. I don't have to worry about this big frozen block of green beans that I've got to figure out what to do with. That's how I prefer to freeze them. It makes it a little bit more user friendly, easier to use, easier to portion out. Takes a little bit more work, a little bit more time, but that's how I prefer to do it. But yeah, first harvest. Two months after planting, that compost and rabbit manure. Well, I'm so tired I can't even talk. That really works. It really helps. So that's all I wanted to say. I wanted to show you guys what I got. I'll catch you guys later. Thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe if you haven't. Until next time, take care, guys.